Welcome to Module 203 of our course. Today, we embark on a journey into the dynamic world of Excel, where the mundane act of sorting and filtering transcends into an art form. Excel isn't just a spreadsheet, it's a canvas where your data becomes a masterpiece. Join us as we unravel the symphony of sorting, the growth oriented ally in filtering, the elegance of formatting, and the vigilant guardianship of data validation. By the end of this adventure, you won't just be an Excel user, you'll be a maestro crafting compelling stories within the cells. Let the data artistry begin. Here is our trusty spreadsheet. Sorting in Excel is like orchestrating a symphony for your information. Don't just think of it as a simple act of arranging data alphabetically. Consider a data set with diverse information that you want to sort by age and gender. So we have the age over here, and then we have the gender in these two columns. The sequence is very crucial. Let me show you what I mean. If I hit the sort button over here, a pop-up opens up that tells me what sequence should I sort the data in. I can continue to add levels, and these will be the various sequences. So currently the data is sorted by age and then by gender. So if I hit OK, this is the data sorted by age and by gender. But if we sort by gender first, so I'll select gender over here, and then by age, this data set becomes easier to comprehend. First, we have these line items with all the females, and then we have all the line items with all the males. And we can also easily count the number of females, which is 7, and then the males, which is 9. Therefore, the sequence when sorting is very crucial. This intelligent layering of sorting is essential for those who weave stories through data. As businesses grow, so does the data, and filtering becomes not just a tool, but a trusty sidekick in the quest for growth. Whether navigating the rich tabs of QuickBooks Online, and we'll just go in QuickBooks in a second, or harnessing the extensive capabilities of Excel, filtering emerges as an indispensable ally. Let's go into QuickBooks. So we are now in QuickBooks for SanMart. If I scroll through the list of options and if I select the reports option over here, let's just select the profit and loss statement. So we have the profit and loss statement from the 1st of January till the 20th of October 2023. And if I scroll up, there is this customize option over here. If I click on this option, we have the reporting period. Let's say we want to have a look at the data from the 1st of January till the 20th of October, but under the filter option, so let's say we are interested in filtering for specific customers. So I'll check this box over here, and then I will select the customers I'm interested in. So let's say I'm interested in DoorDash and Square. If I run the report, I just get the specific P&L for these two customers. So this is a very valuable tool in QuickBooks as well. And the logic for filtering is essentially the same in Excel. Let's go back to our Excel spreadsheet. Now let's dive into the magic of Excel's filtering. Picture a list of expenses. These are SanMart's utility costs. Under the File tab, we go in the Sort and Filter option, and we click on the Sort and Filter icon. We see now the filters have been applied to the column headers. We head to the description cell, and we unselect all the categories. And now we can cherry pick the utilities and the repairs. I hit OK, and here we go. We have a subset of the data that includes utilities and repairs in the description. Let's select all and go back. With your data now refined, let's transition into the realm of formatting elegance. This isn't just about making your data tidy. The table function isn't just a tool, it's far more valuable. Click on the Insert tab, select Table. A pop-up opens up called Create Table, and it automatically selects the data for the table. Let's click OK, and there we go. Just like that, the data is transformed into an organized tableau. But wait, there's more. We can add the total row. And if I click on this button over here, I can calculate the average or the maximum value and a host of other options just with the click of a button. Now that your data is crowned as a table, let's delve into the aesthetics. We can change the color based on our preference. And if I click on this button over here, we'll have a number of different colors, schemes we can choose from. We can also change the table style by changing the different elements in the table. There are a host of options available to us. As custodians of accurate data, we introduce checks and balances, and Excel stands tall as your vigilant guardian. Picture this scenario. Sanmart's accountant has inadvertently duplicated a utilities expense on line 6 and line 15. The date is exactly the same, the description is the same, and so too is the amount. In order to rectify this, I'll go into the Data tab and click Remove Duplicates. We identified in the duplicate the date is exactly the same, the description is the same, and so too is the amount. So I just select these three options, I click OK, and just like that, the duplicate was found and removed. Before we conclude, don't forget to save your work. Saving in Excel is akin to preserving a timeless masterpiece. Click Save and your data tapestry is secure. In order to save the file, I'll go in File and I'll just hit the Save button and my data is secure. In this module, we have harnessed the powers of sorting, filtering, formatting, and validation. Our data isn't just structured, it's a narrative. Now, armed with these tools, you're not just an Excel user, you're a data maestro, seamlessly importing and crafting data with finesse, creating a compelling story within the cells.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.